If you can dodge a bottle, you can dodge a ball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What?
Hello, friends, and welcome back to ReddX, your source for the freshest daily cringe content anywhere on the internet. Promise, swears it's just a fact, and it's totally science. Go ahead and look it up if you want. I can't live your life for you. I was kind of shifting into pirate mode a little bit. I guess that's because today's post is written by user/the-Irish-pirate-18. No, we are not doing another Star Wars shenanigans. We're still waiting on that, but he wrote another story. I suppose we're going to call this one r/ProRevenge. We'll see how interested people are in that subreddit. And this is a story about Papa Pirate and all the revenge he got on the bullies back in like the 1960s, I suppose it is. Yeah, hippies was going on, but Papa Pirate was not a pacifist as far as I could tell. I guess we're just gonna have to see how it goes. I don't know what I'm getting into today, but it should be nice. It's written by Irish Pirate, so it should be nice. Let's go ahead, we'll get some plugs and disclaimers out of the way, and then we will dive right into some of this r/pro revenge. It might also be cringe, I don't know. The Ballad of Papa Pirate. The Outhouse Incidents. Tales of Revenge. I know revenge is a pretty popular theme around here. And from a storytelling perspective, revenge always works because you always end up getting vengeance on the person who did you wrong, right? So it should be relatively wholesome, I think. Except it mentions an outhouse right in the title, so yeah, there's poop, probably. It always makes me laugh. Hi, ReddX. Hi, user the Irish Pirate. Hi, ReddX fans. Yeah, they're here too, I hope. This is going to be a new Red exclusive saga. Oh, he's using the branding. Perfect. If it goes well, that's true. If it goes well. Maybe nobody watching and they'll be like, oh, I want to do that again. If not, then, you know, hey, worth a try. Variety is the spice of life, and I thought that I would try something new. I'm still working on Star Wars shenanigans, but I'm also going to add some new content of a different variety. Well, I do thank you, user Irish Pirate, for helping me to spread my legs and whatnot. I can spread my wings and fly. Maybe we'll find some other cool new subreddits that people would actually be interested in. Some of you might have picked up on the fact that I can be spiteful and vindictive from time to time. Dude wrote a whole parody song about a mean comment that he got. Yeah, I might have picked up on that a little bit. I try not to be, but when provoked, I tend to forget my manners, and I say or do things that would make my mama take a switch to me even as a grown-ass man. Well, all this, I came by it honest. It ain't easy being this vindictive, but I came by it honest. Honestly, I do get where you're coming from. Like, if somebody is a jerk, even in just like a Snapchat post or something, I will drop a firebomb on them. And people in the comments are like, ReddX, stop it, he's already dead. I'm like, no, I say when he's dead. I say when we're finished. Like a little Breaking Bad Heisenberg quote or something like that.
We're done when I say we're done.
This is a tale all about my dad. Papa Pirate is what we're gonna call him. His exploits should explain the proxemics between the apple and the tree. Don't fall far from what I gather. I mean, Ramtide is the true Papa Pirate, but I suppose we could have Papa Pirate in this story. And then we got Papa Pirate in the Discord. It's so strange that we got like so many pirates, but we don't advocate downloading movies or anything. I definitely never talked about that on the channel in my last r/niceguys video. Oh, you've all seen through my ruse. All right. Papa Pirate was born in 1950. So the outhouse incidents took place around the end of the summer in 1962. Little 12-year-old boy. He grew up poor. Dirt ass poor. His grandparents lost everything in the 1930s. His mom was unemployed and already starting to develop symptoms of Parkinson's disease around this time, and his dad was distant. I think most fathers in the 50s were fairly distant, but I am sorry to hear that about his mom. Like, that is a rough pill to swallow, isn't it? To be clear, the father was not physically distant, except when he was at work at the cotton mill or with one of his mistresses. Yeah, cheating on his wife while she was dealing with the onset of a disease that was gradually making her lose control of her body. Swell guy. I'm sure there were decent dudes in the 50s, but we all have this picture kind of painted. Like, I can't say that I'm even really shocked by any of this, which is sad in a way. I'm sure there were some legitimately good dudes out there, but from what I gather, Grandpa Pirate is not one of them. So yes, emotionally distant. To take a quote from Iron Man 2, I don't think my grandpa ever told my dad that he loved him. Never even said that he liked him. And did I mention that they were poor? This was a time in which indoor plumbing was a thing, and everyone in his neighborhood was still pumping well water and using outhouses. It wasn't exactly banjo territory, but it was at least a "y'all ain't from around here, is ya?" type of environment.
Excuse me, do you know how to get to town?
Yeah, it's back the way you came.
I mean, I'm sure they're lovely people if you get to know them. The problem is they don't want to get to know you. Get on out of here, boy. I ain't seen you and I don't like you. Those outhouses are part of this tale's supporting cast. Aw, they're filled with poop, it's funny. Ramtide told me how terrible outhouses are. You gotta go out there in the middle of winter and chip away at poop ice. So you can take a shit without a poopsicle touching your beehole. Oh, that is funny. Really, really disgusting. I don't ever want to experience it, but from a distance, it's really funny. Dad says there wasn't a whole lot to do when he was a kid, except ride his bike and get into mischief with his friends. Yep, welcome to the days before TVs and smartphones, man. They was just out there causing a ruckus. I wish my kids would cause more of a ruckus. There were a pair of brothers in his neighborhood that were in their 30s or 40s at the time, and they were notoriously violent alcoholics. You stay away from them. They worked at the same cotton mill as my grandpa, but whereas he at least had the decency to set some of the money aside for his family, what he didn't spend on his mistresses at least, these guys took their paychecks to the liquor store. Aw, leave them alone, OP. They're just thirsty. I'm really, really thirsty. They hated my dad and his friends. They were kids. They were loud, as children are wont to be, and loud kids don't mix well with hangovers. Well, you want me to cry you a river? You did this to yourself. I'm supposed to tiptoe around because you chose to do this to yourself? Eat a dick. Dad says he was a top-notch dodgeball player back then because he was used to dodging empty bottles on a near daily basis. If you could dodge a bottle, you could dodge a ball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What?
Papa Pirate. Hey, they were some mean sons of bitches, but me and my friends decided we would earn half of it. They threw bottles at us and we threw them right back. They messed with us, we messed with them twice as hard. Sean Connery in The Untouchables.
They throw a bottle, we throw a slingshot. They send one of ours to the pavement, we send one of theirs to the hospital. That's the rural North Carolina way.
And Sean Connery. Sorry for that accent. I don't know how well that went. It's hard if I'm not like practicing it and listening to it immediately. The whole recording's done in one shot, so I just do what I think it sounds like and hope that it turns out well. You guys will let me know. Yeah, something like that. So, how did the outhouse incidents begin? Well, 'twas the summer of '62, fall fastly approaching, when my dad and his friends were riding their bikes and they got ambushed. Oh, snap. These 30-year-olds are picking on some 12-year-olds? Come on now. The brothers had been waiting for them behind their fence and popped up as the pint-sized Sons of Anarchy rumbled past, complete with playing cards attached to the tire forks, so the spokes would make a loud rattling sound when they popped across the cardboard. That does sound awesome. Why don't kids do that anymore? Makes you sound like you're really riding a bike. Zzzz. I did that. I guess these kids ain't got playing cards no more. It's all like downloadable Hearthstone cards or something. My dad and his friends didn't have much time to react before a barrage of glass and empty cans caught them in the flank. No one was too seriously injured, but they had some bruises. Those that fell from their mounts had scraped knees and hands to tell the tale of their plight. This meant war. Yeah, I don't understand why you're doing all this to a bunch of kids. I guess you really got nothing better going on in your life. I mean, just imagine it. It's the 60s, you don't have a TV, no internet, no phones. All you could do is really drink all day when you get home from the cotton mill. No hobbies aside from said drinking, and so you decide to start war with a bunch of literal children? Let's go assault those kids. That seems like a good pastime. Ugh. For as romanticized as the past is, it sounds like hell. I like the current year and I don't ever want to go back. Thank you. I mean, according to Papa Pirate, this was already war, but this particular action definitely called for some retaliation. That retaliation came in the form of a nighttime raid on the brothers' backyard. Yeah, don't mess with kids. They got just as much free time as you do. More, even. You could have been good friends. You could have just ignored each other like most humans do, but no. You had to escalate. And so here it goes. You know, it's going to turn into a bloodbath before you know it. Hatfields, McCoys. Apparently one of the comments said that was over a pig. But why shouldn't it be over somebody getting pelted with beer bottles and cans? When the boys were confident that the brothers were passed out for the time being, they crept into the yard and lifted the outhouse. These were not fixed structures, mind you. They were wooden boxes situated over deep holes. When one got a little too full, the idea was to dig a new one and cover the old one with dirt. They didn't hide the outhouse. They didn't destroy it. They just moved it ever so slightly backwards. About 4 feet. And then they covered the hole with some sticks and a thin layer of dirt. And then they waited. God, this is so devious. I love it. Would I have ever thought to do this? I don't know, man. This is hilarious. Yes, bring me the poopy drunkards. They're not poopy yet, but they will be. They will be. Dad says they were hiding behind the fence for hours. If I had been out after dark, my dad would have come tracking me down like a bloodhound and pulled me back home by the scruff of the neck. Probably because he didn't want me to end up in the same kind of shenanigans that he had gotten into. Oh, come on, this is a part of the evolution into manhood. You gotta make somebody fall into a hole filled with their own poop. I'm so excited too. I could wait for hours, but luckily we don't have to wait for our gratification. So Dad said they were about to give up and just go home when they heard the telltale sound of a screen door. They peeked over the wall and saw one of the brothers staggering down the steps to his back porch and unfastening his pants. He clearly had to go, and go he did down. He stepped on the branches and gave a cry of surprise as he slipped and fell into a pit of despair. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Despair. Dad said there wasn't really a splash so much as a loud squish. Followed by a rapid-fire demonstration of every profane word that the English language had to offer. God, it's such just desserts. Maybe it is an escalation, you know? You got hit with a beer bottle, you made him swim in his own poop. How can you possibly outdo this one, though? Had the boys managed to contain their laughter, they might have been able to retain some plausible deniability. That prank could have been pulled off by anyone. Yeah, right. They might as well have autographed it. I mean, how could you not laugh at something like that? Especially after waiting for hours, having it all built up, and then it's just as glorious as it was in your mind. God damn. The score was settled. The scales were leveled, perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Yeah, I don't know if that's 100% correct, though. One of these pranks seems a bit more devastating than the other. These are just the first couple of steps down what I'm sure will be a very, very long path. A week or so later, they had ridden their bikes down to the graveyard, and they were stick fighting, playing make-believe, and, as boys are wont to do, being boys. They didn't notice until it was too late that the brothers were picking up their bikes and starting to walk away with them. I told you, escalation. Papa Pirate and one of his buddies managed to give the piñata treatment to the brother that was taking their bikes. He dropped them and took a couple of ill-aimed swings and ran when some of the other boys provided suppressing fire with rocks and chunks of busted asphalt. Theft, assault, vandalism, where does it end? I don't know, man. It is a funny story. You're like, oh, look at these kids assaulting these adults. But yeah, these adults could probably do something terrible to these kids. Maybe it's just part of growing up in like a sheltered culture. My brain jumps to the worst possible scenarios immediately. So yeah, it seems funny, haha, but I could see how this would go off the rails pretty quick. I have some trepidation. The older brother did get away with one of the bikes. The boys chased him down to a pond, but they didn't get there in time to stop him from discus tossing it into the murky brown pool. Whoop. The kid went in after it and was able to fish it out, along with a fine collection of leeches. Oh, God. They got leeches in North Carolina? I mean, I was out there for A school at one point when I got out of Navy boot camp, but I never went swimming. One of the boys suggested moving the outhouse again, but Papa Pirate had a different idea. One that he says he's ashamed of to this day, but apparently not ashamed enough to keep it to himself. And if he didn't chuckle when telling it, I might actually believe that he had some regrets. Yeah, I'm totally ashamed. Really, that's just something that you say. I'm so ashamed of my actions, awesome though they were. Sit down, I'll tell you all about it. Dad filled a mason jar with sugar water and left it near the wall. This was summertime, and his area was plagued by yellowjackets this time of year. If you've never encountered yellowjackets, you're lucky. They are not as deadly as some variety of wasps, but they are very aggressive, and they're drawn to soda or anything sugary, like a jar of sugar water, for example. I'm starting up my yellowjacket collection this year. Oh, great. I have run into them, but I just let them take what they want. I'm like, okay, you want some soda? Here. I'll pour one out for you. Now leave me alone. They checked the jar every day and topped it off. Word got out that a free meal was available, and the swarm grew in size every day. Oh, God. How many yellow jackets we talking? When the boys were satisfied at the size of their army, they waited until a Friday night and moved the mason jar into the brothers' outhouse. Their nemesis wouldn't have to work the next day, you see, and so this revenge scheme could only be done in daylight. The obvious reason for moving the jar at night would be because they didn't want to get caught. The other, and in some ways more practical reason, was because even little hate flies have to sleep sometime, I think. I'm not an entomologist. I assume you are correct, but I can really only relate it to the beard sciences. Beards have to sleep a lot. I think insects sleep less, maybe. If they tried moving the jar during the day, it would have ended poorly. Try to move the buffet while people are still in line, and you become the enemy. I was thinking, like, you know, just seal them up in the jar or something and break the jar in the outhouse. But this way, they are sure to, like, stay inside of the outhouse. I swear to God, dude, these 12-year-olds, they are so clever. How would I ever come up with something like this? I wouldn't, especially not at 12. What the hell? So the gang reconvened on Saturday morning, but not for Saturday morning cartoons, because one, I don't even know if that was a thing back then, and two, none of their families could afford televisions. I think it was almost definitely a thing, but yeah, if you ain't got a TV, don't worry about it. Instead, the youthful band of miscreants decided to casually play near the brothers' fence. Haha, so innocent. Just doing kid things, you know? We got our jacks and our marbles, our toy guns, our logging chains, our baseball cards, you know, the usual. Logging chains? One of these things is not like the other. I guess you play with what you got. Whatever. When one of the brothers came stumbling out of the door, he yelled at them all to
Clear off before he hopped the fence and kick their asses.
They grumbled and started to pack up. Satisfied that his threat had landed, the brother decided to make use of the facilities. Yeah, you enjoy yourself. I'm gonna be out of here in a minute. In fact, we're all going to be out of here in just a minute. The door had barely closed when my dad and his pals leaped into action. They hopped the fence and team carried the chain in a mad dash to the outhouse. Oh, they're gonna lock him in. That's beautiful. That's what the logging chain is for. They weren't playing with it, they were plotting with it. These kids are devious, bro. Their victim managed to half yell and, what the fuck, before he heard the clatter of metal on wood. The boys looped the chain around the outhouse and tied the ends together with some more rope that they ran between the links. The brother inside beat against the walls, screamed, and demanded
his immediate release.
There were yellow jackets pouring from the vent now. The boys ran, not wanting to get caught in the crossfire. Bro, oh God, it's so evil. Not only do you have to smell your own poopies, but you're getting attacked by wasps. Actually, the wasps are probably the more important thing in that comparison. Oh, can you die from too many yellow jacket stings? This is horrible. Well, yeah, I guess he deserved it. They made it across the street before they saw the outhouse rock back and forth until it toppled over onto its side and its unfortunate inhabitant tried to escape. He didn't even pull his pants back up and he went face first into the dirt. Oh, he's still drunk, I guarantee it. The gang didn't stick around long enough to see what happened next. They decided that the far-ass other side of town would be a great place to spend the rest of the day. Yeah, maybe the next town over, spend the rest of your life. This is... there's gonna be another escalation. I guarantee it. You thought getting your bike thrown in a lake was bad? Then again, they might be too drunk to come up with schemes as clever as these kids. Until this point, the fight had stayed purely between the brothers and the Papa Pirate crew. Neither side had involved parents. The two factions hated each other, but they were at least willing to adhere to the national policy of snitching and its cause and effect relationship to sutures. Just know that when they run and whine to your parents, that means you really won. They had no other recourse at this point. When the boys got home, however, they learned that this gentleman's agreement had come to an end. The parents had been informed. Apparently, the brothers felt that weaponizing insects was just a step too far. You be the judge on if you agree or not. That's a tough one, dude. This is not a black and white scenario, all right? Like, they threw beer bottles at the kids. Okay, they fell into their own poop. They had their bike stolen. They locked the dude in an outhouse and had him get devoured by wasps. Maybe these kids are taking it a step too far, you know? Although you would just hope that the brothers would learn that they're gonna get beaten every single time. Just stop. It's fine. Let kids be kids, you know? Really smart people know when they are beaten, all right? So, what happened? One of the bushes behind my dad's house was missing a willowy branch. And for some reason, poor Papa Pirate wasn't able to sit comfortably for about a week. His friends got similar punishments. Solidarity through corporal punishment, I guess. Yeah, dems was the time, I suppose. But then, something else also happened. The brothers stopped throwing bottles. They stopped yelling at the roving band of hooligans. Whether or not you consider the boys' actions to be petty war crimes or not, the yellowjacket gambit ended the war. Neither side would ever like the other, but the brothers either feared an escalation of retribution or had developed a begrudging level of respect for their adversaries. As well they should, dude. Like I said, you're getting beaten at every turn. Just back away. Maybe they're smarter than I give them credit for. Props to them for taking their lumps and knowing when to end it. They're like, okay, this is never gonna be over if we keep it going. Either way, the outhouse incidents were resolved, and relative peace returned to the community. Until school started back, at least. And then would come the time for my dad to get bullied for being poor. Papa Pirate had been on the receiving end of that for years, but either his wasp-based revenge scheme had emboldened him, or his testosterone was finally telling him, enough is enough! Either way, the brothers wouldn't be the only ones to taste the wrath of Papa Pirate that year, but that will be a tale for another time. I know this isn't the usual kind of content that gets put on the subreddit. Maybe it'll go over like a lead balloon. But I figured it would be worth at least a bit of the old college try. Part of me is tempted to pick a 1960s song to parody for this, but part of me thinks that I should save the parodies for Star Wars shenanigans and other beard tales. A little bit of separation, you see? So would you settle for some limericks instead? Yes, I'm grateful for any of the art form that you provide. Thank you so much. There once were two drunken bros. My dad and his friends were the foes. The feuding got bitter and the kids moved the shitter, and into the muck a bro goes. The rivalry score had been tied, but bros got revenge for their pride. The kids used their brains, wrapped the outhouse in chains with wasps and their victim inside. Limericks are pretty cool. They don't all have to be dirty, unless you consider, falling in a bunch of poop dirty. I guess it is a dirty limerick. In a different type of way, though. Yeah, it's pretty good. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story. If it's well received, I'll write some more. Like how my dad dropped out of high school in a I'm surprised they didn't press charges grand finale. Or how he gave me irrefutable proof that my dad could beat up your dad. Or others. If not, then all right, I'll see you guys for the next Star Wars shenanigan tale. Until then, stay safe and don't pick fights with kids that have nothing to lose. Edit. I consulted Papa Pirate after writing this to make sure I got the details right. Papa Pirate said, mostly, you forgot the BB guns. Irish Pirate says, wait, what? Papa Pirate, they didn't just throw bottles at us. They would shoot us with BB guns when we rode by too. Just make sure whoever reads this knows that the drunks always started it. What we did back then was their own damn fault, really. That's true. You reap what you sow. Thanks for the clarification, Papa Pirate. Throwing bottles, I mean, it's a dick move, but it doesn't seem too bad. But BB guns? You're a 30-year-old man shooting 12-year-old children with BB guns. Yeah, you deserve to fall into a pile of your own shit. And then they're so drunk and stupid, they're like, let's go steal their bikes. That'll show them. Okay, here we go again. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Apparently, twice is the answer. Just twice. I'm sure the parents also had some involvement in stopping the feud. They're like, your kids did this to us. And they're like, okay, what did you do to our kids? Maybe you should consider not doing that, and then the kids won't feel the need to retaliate. And so it was that peace reigned for a while. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next tales. Getting bullied at school for being poor, I feel that one. I kind of embraced the whole thing, just went with a punk aesthetic. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I put my clothes together with safety pins. It's fine. Yes, this shirt is older than you. No, I don't give a shit. But yeah, in 62, punk aesthetic wasn't really born yet. You gotta wait for the 70s for all that to take place. How lucky am I to be born in the current year, as I've thought many times in this story. Good God, man. That is some high tier revenge. I don't know if you could call it nuclear revenge because you didn't like destroy their lives or anything, but it definitely deserves the ProRevenge title. Usually petty revenge is more my cup of tea because I like just little jibs and jabs, but this is next level, dude. If people enjoy it, I'm sure we'll take a look at ProRevenge again on the channel. I appreciate you guys watching. If you liked the video, let me know by commenting, liking, subscribing if you haven't. Maybe share the video around if you should like. I would appreciate that very, very much. We've also got all kinds of links down in the description. You know, plugs, playlists, podcasts, Twitter, Discord, Facebook. Oh, and Twitch. My goodness, I'm doing the thing on Twitch. Also uploading podcasts regularly on Spotify, iTunes, basically all them podcast services. I'm trying to really expand the brand, you know, get that net nice and wide so we could take over the whole internet. And I appreciate you guys helping in my domination scheme. Oh, I forgot. No, I didn't really forget. We also have Patreon. I'd like to thank my gorgeous, wonderful, beautiful, generous patrons, as I do every episode, Jerry much. So thank you. Classy Trash Panda, Robert Waits, Camille Sarah, Roxanne Wolf, Simp Jerry, Conrad Ingy, Mawire Jerry. Hey, ReddX, tell Landlord Jerry that I'm a big fan of pasta. Go ahead, send Tommy Lasagna. Oh, you want to mess with Tommy Lasagna? I'm telling you. He gonna mash you up. Captain Cloud Jerry, Destiny Piper, Aaron Jerry, Twisted Child, Broken Logic, Esteban, for role-playing sign, Irari feels unwanted, but keeps on fighting anyways. Keep doing it. You can make it. Silent Revolver, the original Jerry, Tick Jerry. Yeah, that's a new one. Or just change his name. Jerry's Kitsune Satori, a Jerry of Jubilee Juggling Jerry, a Justy Jargonian Jerry, nailed it. Aspen XO, Assassin Pup Jerry, Bang Bang, Aurora Wildheart, Grizzly, Baby Jerry, Bailey Joy, Bearded Jerry, Bitch Gremlin, Blade the Hero, Blipwood Jerry, Catholic Jerry, Commander J Tank, Confederate Jew going to the Ukraine, Dennis Dayton, Dinosaur Nightlight, Supposed Wife, Dr. Larks, Emergent Jewel, East 50, Frozen Number Studios, Fire Drake, Gypsy, Hey Dream VR. Hey, beautiful Tinted Jerry here. You left me all red after I showed you my Maul Katana. Was it too small? Maul ninja shit. I can't help falling in love with Jerry. I'm Slim Jerry, I'm the Slim Jerry. Are you the Slim Jerry's? Just imitating Irish pirate. The Jerrys are all we after me, Lucky Charms. Irradiated Jam. Itchy Nuts, just scratch it, bro. A pimp named J. Crisp, J.M. Coon, Jerry Blacktail, Jerry Nice, Jerry Evil, Jerry the Outlaw of the Truck of Hong Kong, John Hero, John Jerry, Jingleheimer Schmidt, KJW, Cacao, Crewhey, Landlord Jerry. These rent collection escapades are getting more expensive than the rooms. May need to increase my rate. Everybody else is. Legitimate Earth, Miss Monday, Lord Jerryo, like and subscribe. Milady Dix, Melgar the Destroyer, Metro Factor. I'm getting nervous. I'm gonna have to sell my ReddX tees if Teddy coins and marbles don't stop dropping. Imagine if I mint all of the thumbnails as NFTs. Ha. Needless King 89, Nightmare Jerry, Origami Steve, Hit Jerry with a bag of marbles after catching him cheating with Tom, Paragon Soul, Phantom of the Pines, Princess Jerrykins and Jerry Beth, Queens, Quaaludes and Quagmires, Giggity, Reptile Lacrimates, Rose Jerry Miller, TSF Kirby, Sarita the Lolita, Saucy Octopus, Scarlet's Coven, Sergeant Gaycock, oh god, don't do that. Sergeant Gaycock, a bringer of the law, Silo Wimp, Stephanie Goodner, Sign Up the Boomstick, Brilliant Tamago, Tapioca Blue, Tato Fair, Ten Monster, the Italian Greyhound Dino, the littlest who, the tiniest boy. Wow, it's so small. But the Marble Jerry, no substitutions. Okay, maybe one substitution, because they will hug over there one time, but that's it, for reals. What you Fusky, trying to find the marble, get back to the real world. You probably don't want to blow into that balloon knot. That balloon knot blows back. Unbusy Bee, V3 Prime, Vanguard Angel, Viking Jerry, Wikitac, Lil Max, Zephyr the Gargoyle, or Clay. A Neckbeard's blocking my path. I'll deal with it. Comrade Mooney, Kira, Not Another Jerry, Red Wind, Naga Viper, Side Jerry the Cyborg, Saints Blessing, Third Stuff, One Leg Jerry's beating Neckbeards with the fake leg. Normal Jerry, I haven't seen Landlord Jerry for a while, but that ghost who looks just like him. Anyone good with exorcism? Just come ask Vladimir. Okay, I'm gonna stop that voice now. Hunter of Jerry's, the barrel rolling Stacy, it's Tom. Because Tom and Jerry never get along. Admiral T-Tank, Emmer Alder, another stupid hipster, Atomic Jerry Zilla, Babsy Coon, Bartender Keeler, Broken Spine Horseradish, the original different Jerry, that's Cake Jerry, California Jerry Girl, Chevron 7 Lock, Corporal Admiral Princess Furry Werewolf, Ooh Jerry, something like that. Crypt Daddies, the Crazy, STI, aka STI Jerry, the Fawn Jerry, creator of colorful click clacks, dopamine dangerous, electrical fennec. First rule of ReddX Inc. Wash your hands. Second rule is do not talk about cutting boards. You can also wash the cutting board while you wash your hands. Never mind. Ghost of Alpha. God damn it. He cannot. Holy Mary Jerry, Janet Jerry. Teddy Quest didn't work out, so I'm headed to Russia for that Putin bounty. Oh yeah, well I'm headed to Canada for that poutine. God damn it. Jeffrey, Geralt of Rivia. Jerry and Tom versus Happy New Year's, Weird Apocalypse. Jerry the Sussy Baka. Jerry's mom has got it going on. Check out the mustache on Jerry Aldo Rivera. Jerry Roxas. Jerry Role Playing Game, Judge Jerry and Executioner. Keaton Tails. Kid Marvelous. King Tom. Kitty Life of Guardian. Little Air Woods. Lucia Lovecraft. Machia. CD. Maybe next time Milkfed get Miss Duchess. Not Invisible Angel. Patreon has more than one Royal Jerry. Are you sure about that? Raptor Art. She's my Jerry Pie. Could drink a Mountain Dew. What a big surprise. I just throw it in there. Doesn't actually say that anymore, but I still want to sing the whole thing sometimes. Snary. That's Nom Jerry. Spoonie the Rogue. Spoopy Scary Jerry tongue is relevant all year round. Techno Dubs. The original Jerry. He's not. Don't listen. The X card. To Infinite Jerry and beyond. We on the way. To Infinite Jerry. Unfortunate Jerry is screaming at Nuki's latest magical girl transformation. Make it stop. I have no power here. Tom Promise Jerry swears. Oh, bad Jerry. Tommy, good boy. Those swears just facts. Fully size. Go ahead and look it up. I mean, another ReddX video. Also, thank you to my $1 patrons. Beautiful people that they are. Halfway through the month, it is ticking by. I'm gonna go ahead and send some voice lines and other people that are trying to redeem this stuff. You know, voice calls, stuff like that, one-on-one chats. I got a lot of Patreon stuff to do this month, and I'm trying not to let it slip. Sometimes it's hard to catch up with me, but, you know, shoot it through the Discord DMs if I missed your message. I swear sometimes Patreon's a little wonky about showing me new messages, letting me know there's a new message in the inbox, but it be what it be. Thank you guys for supporting. If anybody else could support, obviously I would be hugely grateful, but if you can't afford to do it right now, don't sweat it too hard, friends. I just appreciate you coming on through, hanging out with me, and I hope that you'll come on back and hang out with me again tomorrow. In order to do so, you need to keep yourself safe out there, wash your hands, but also take some time out and do something that you personally enjoyed today. Maybe like watching some more ReddX videos. That sounds pretty cool. Always remember, friends, that you are loved, you are worthy, and you definitely deserve it. I shall see you in the next one, and until then, bye-bye.